Hello and welcome everybody to the Run.down. I'm your host today, Shwaypoo, because Sam is being a loser and has grown-up responsibilities, unlike us, because we're cool. I'm joined here by my fellow Knicks fans. One being Khan, that is at Con_Stantine.
Yep, definitely
Stantine.
that.
Yep. On Twitter. He is happy today, happier than he was yesterday, having to watch the Giants. The Knicks make him happier. How are you doing, Con?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Because the Giants didn't actually play a football game yesterday, so
Doesn't count.
It didn't happen. I did not see them lose yesterday. I only saw the Knicks win today.
Yeah.
I only saw OG just completely fucking put belt to ass today. So that's all.
The Giants had a good week of practice and a good walkthrough yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm joined also by Tyrese. That's at London's Theory. Tyrese is pouring tea and crumpets on OG. Tyrese, what's up? How you doing?
Tea and crumpets, fish and chips, Anne Hathaway. Whatever OG wants, OG gets right now. I'm in a good mood.
Well, it's good to hear. And we're in a good mood because the Knicks, they put belt to ass on the Nuggets. 145-118 was the final score. I don't even know if it's possible. I'm pretty sure this is accurate. I think it was less competitive than that final score even makes it seem.
Oh, yeah.
The Knicks this was not a game for the last 3 quarters. The Nuggets never even really made a run to get back in the game. I think the closest they ever got after like midway in the second quarter was 14. It was pretty much 20 plus the entire second half. They cut it to 19 or like at some point in the third quarter. Knicks immediately pushed that back to 23, and then they cut it to 17 when Russell Westbrook did his super try-hard stat padding in the fourth quarter and randomly put a magnet in the hoop so that he could start making threes. But yeah, it was not a competitive game. The Knicks absolutely destroyed them. OG Anunoby, career high 40 points. Karl Anthony Towns, just a super easy 30-15 game. Jalen Brunson, probably his best passing game. I mean, I thought he was – I know it sounds crazy to say because OG was so good, but I thought Brunson controlled this game on such an elite level offensively and just completely manipulated the Denver's defense. He knew exactly what coverages they're running at him. He knew where his reads were. He dimed up. Like, you know, there's a lot of the 45th assist the Knicks got tonight, which tied a franchise record. That was pretty nice. Pretty
Generous.
Nice scorekeeping. Very nice scorekeeping.
A little generous.
But I will say, Brunson's assist to me, I mean, he was just setting guys up for easy looks. He was great tonight. But yeah, those 3 were fantastic. You got really good contributions from Josh Hart, Campaign, Deuce McBride. I thought Jericho Sims was good tonight. I think he's been good actually for a while now, and that's stunning for me to say. And Mikal Bridges did do stuff. I thought his defense was actually good tonight, but the corner 3 shooting is just – we'll get there one step at a time.
Beyond the corner 3 shooting, the corner 3 shooting is whatever, but above the break is just not functional right now.
I'm happy he did make a mid-range jumper to open the game. So let's celebrate that. But yeah, look, the Knicks, like again, they just absolutely destroyed them. Tyrese, I will let you begin. I don't know what your thoughts were or what your main takeaways were from this, but it was nice to see them do this after they.
I'm always right, dude. That's my main takeaway. I'm always right. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like a gift, but you know what?
So you're saying Mikal Bridges has been worth it so far?
Somehow, some way, OG had it. No, I said I hated that trade when it came out, but anyway, so I never lose. No, but like, yeah, seriously, like OG has been a revelation, offensively, and it hasn't just been like he can't dribble, but somehow, some way, he makes it work just by like sealing off the paint, being able to hit threes, especially threes off the break, which has been like a significant improvement for him because he's been shooting like shit from the corners, but he's been really good from off the break threes. And a pull-up midi that like he kind of worked on last year and then was like trending upward when he got to New York, and now it's been like not a significant weapon, but like a weapon that can be utilized. So you're kind of just seeing like the makings of somebody who can do a little bit as a shot maker, but also just knows where to like get the ball, what spots to get the ball in, and how to like leverage his strength and his ability to like finish around the paint. and you're seeing stuff like this where it's like your third or fourth option, depending on how you want to look at it, is capable of going off for 40. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the whole team I feel like has really just they're not really necessarily playing at a faster pace consistently. They're just super opportunistic with like their leak outs and their outlet passing, which Cat is pretty fucking great at it, and like the guards are getting on it also. But OG just like in the half court, anytime he sees a seam, he's just whether it's a cut, whether it's just driving with the ball, like he's just attacking it. There's not a lot of side to side, and that's when most of his turnovers happen, right? Because he goes side to side, excuse me, and then he has to like fucking do some bullshit spin, and then a fucking dumbass behind the back, and then he gets caught up in all this stuff. But when you're 6'8", whatever he is, whatever he's weighing at, and you're as explosive as he is, you just get to the rim, and you're gonna beat guys there, and then if somebody does meet you there, you're probably gonna just overpower them or go right over the top. So the game is just simple for him right now. Like the threes, doing his thing, he's cashing them. But all the cuts, all the straight line drives are just working right now, and he's finishing everything.
Yeah. I mean, his finishing has been great. The best thing right now, and obviously, he's kind of leveraging this. Him and Hart are leveraging this a ton because Cat is spreading the floor. They know when they drive inside that even if the help comes, it's going to come late. And then obviously, so you're just going one-on-one against your defender. Both those guys are really good finishers, so they're capitalizing on it. It would be nice if another individual would, but that is neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean, look, OG, I don't even know I don't really know what there is to say about this performance. He was just fucking great tonight. I thought his defense was really good in the first 3 quarters. The fourth quarter, nobody cared about defense, which is fine. They didn't need to care about defense at that point. And honestly, even in the third quarter, I know that Denver put up 37 points. It felt like they got to the line for the most bullshit stuff in the entire quarter. I don't even know what some of those calls were. But yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter when. Yeah, and it's not just that he's shooting well or finishing well. It's like these are shots that you would expect him to hit at a high percentage. So these are quality shots he's getting. It's not like, he's making a bunch of bullshit. He's making shots that you would 100% expect him to make. And yeah, I mean, look, you kind of look at the transformation of this Knicks offense from what was an elite offense the last couple of years. No question about it. The Knicks they were 3rd in offensive rating 2 years ago, and they were 7th last year, obviously with all the injuries that we all know about. But they did it in such a totally different way where it was like, we didn't shoot a great percentage and we didn't shoot a great percentage from 3, but we got so many extra possessions and we only took we basically only took shots at the rim and threes. So you were able to game the math. They don't even need to game the math at this point. They're just really fucking good at getting good shots and hitting good shots because all of them can hit shots. And look, I mean, obviously he's not the headline story of this game. And he only took 1 3 tonight, but Josh Hart, the fact that he's pretty consistently now at least willing to pull the trigger 4 or 5, 6 times from 3 in a game. I mean, that's huge because just that threat is massive, and he's shooting with more confidence. He's shooting a better percentage. And then obviously, if he hits 1 or 2, it opens up the lane even more for him, and he's finishing at a fucking career high level right now. So, look, this is, and this is with Mikal Bridges still really not getting going offensively. And it's like, man, if he just if he had hit, I mean, he went 2 of 8 from 3 tonight. A lot of I thought at least 3 of those, the ones he missed were you would be like, all right, you would almost expect him to hit 3 of the 6 ones he missed from 3.
They're just all wide open.
And it's like, if he just gets it going at some point from 3, which I still think the track record of his shooting suggests that will happen at some point. I mean, they could have put up a $160 tonight. I mean, it was silly. They, I'm not going to act like they didn't make any tough shots, but I feel like most of the threes they got, I was just like, yeah, that's like a wide open 3. Brunson hit 2. He had 3 threes that were just absolutely wide open, top of the key. He's going to hit those.
There was one where I think Cat got doubled, and then Cat got doubled in the post, and there was Brunson literally had time to check the seams and then hit a 3. So it's the shot quality that they're able to generate is just insane, and the fact that you're playing a bunch of good to great shooters, just who could all attack closeouts and who can all like generate advantages, like it just creates such easy offense. And it's like that's what the Knicks felt like. That's what it felt like today. It was just like easy. It was just easy to get into offense. It was easy to create high quality shots. And like they didn't even like really get to the line either. Like it was just really good shot quality and really good players making their shots.
Yeah, with Mikal, like just to bring it back to him, he needs to just go to the fucking basket too, man. Like I get that
and not fade away. And not fade away.
That's what I mean by going to the basket. Like you can go to the basket, but you have to finish at the basket. Like running off from the 3-point line and finishing with like a pull up midi, like right outside of the restricted area, is not like going to the basket to me. The guy is still whatever he is, 6'7", with the longest arms recorded in the history of fucking sport. Like go finish. We saw it in the first game against Boston. He was getting to the basket and against them and finishing well, finishing around, finishing through people. Just not really there at all. Like the only time he finishes is on fast breaks where he fucking goes for a layup and then he gets tracked down and then next time he'll go for a dunk. So like I don't know if it's like a physicality thing where he doesn't want to get bumped. It's just frustrating, man, because nobody else on this team plays with such a like. Is it passiveness? Is it just like apprehension to contact? Like nobody.
There's a lack of force in his play right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's a coward.
He's the only guy on the team who's playing like this right now. So it's just getting me fucking angry.
Yeah. I'm not really interested in talking about Mikal Bridges on night that we scored 145 points. I'm sorry. So if people want to sit here and cry about Mikal Bridges and how much he cost tonight, I don't know. Just save that for like the next game we lose and he plays like shit or something. Okay. Yeah, look, I thought, Brunson obviously was great. I don't. It's kind of like it was silly how easy it was for them right from the start of this game. And it was like it was just so easy the entire time. And I think to some degree, Denver did not have a great defensive performance today. But I also think it was just tough for them. Like they did not know what to do. I mean, they were trying to trap Brunson to take the ball out of his hands, and it was Cat popping, it was Cat rolling, and then he would find a cutter. He would just finish at the rim, or he'd pop for three, and then from there it's like, okay, well then Cat starts going, and it's like, all right, well we got to collapse on him, and then we'll swing it out to OG, and it's just it was awesome to watch. It was honestly, I genuinely believe this is the best Knicks offensive performance I've ever watched in my life. I really don't even think it's a conversation of what else was. I don't think there's a conversation. Like I don't know what else is there. It was spectacular. And yeah, I mean, Larry's pointing this out in the chat here. While Cat only took 2 threes. I mean, yeah, he only took 2 threes, and it was like, and I didn't have a problem with his shot selection. You know what I mean? It was like, I was like, yeah, these are great shots. He's getting right at the rim. Like, go for it, man. But yeah, I thought he did a good job on Jokic too. Jokic, obviously one of the toughest covers in the league. He's having a ridiculous season. But I think for the most part, Jokic got shots that you just kind of have to like live with him taking. And, whether that be threes from above the break or, okay, he takes a turnaround from the mid range or whatever, like that's fine. Like you're not going to stop Nikola Jokic from scoring. You just got to make it as hard for him as you can. And I thought the Knicks did a good job of that. And, Karl-Anthony Towns was key to that, but so was OG Anunoby. I thought his help defense was really, really good. And it wasn't just OG. I thought Josh Hart had a couple of really nice digs where he was able to strip the ball from him or just bother him. I thought Mikal was good in terms of his help defense in that aspect. And then I also thought, look, again, like he's a guy that I think we've all been really, really critical of various points, but I thought Jericho Sims did a good job. And Jericho Sims, I mean, it's easy to forget because who the fuck who remembers this stuff 2 years ago? But he actually did a really good job a couple of years ago when we played them at the Garden, or was it last year when we played them at the Garden with OG and we just totally beat the shit out of them. That was a game that Hartenstein missed, if I remember correctly. And
I think he got hurt in the middle of the game.
Whatever it was. I mean, he's probably shit himself because he's a loser.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sims did a good job on Jokic in that game, and I thought he did a solid job on him in this game too. And just in general, like he's playing way more disciplined. He did have one of his patented jump way too early for a rebound moments early in the first quarter, but other than that, I thought he played a solid game. And like, I mean, he played 14 minutes tonight. That's all you want from him. Just give us like 14, 15 minutes solid, nondescript basketball and let Cat, rest for that time. And that's enough. Like, we just want to make sure we're not pushing Cat too much. And he's holding up his end of the bargain so far. So I think he deserves credit. And I thought he was solid tonight. Honestly, everybody was solid tonight. Even Bridges, I know he obviously shot like crap, but I thought his defense was good today. He actually had 6 assists. I thought he was moving the ball pretty well, but this was a night where it was all just working for them. And it was nice to see Deuce come back and get hot from the field in the second half. So,
yeah, Deuce is, I mean, like, he hit that step back at near the end of the game too, which he's feeling good. Like, he's definitely back and staying in the lineup. Like, this wasn't a situation where, next game, like, maybe he's back out of the lineup because like shit flared up again. I don't think this is going to be anything like that. He looked, like full Deuce, if that's a fucking term. And I was just thinking about this during the game. So one of the comments brought this up. Cat, Brunson, and OG is like its own big three. And then I feel like Deuce, Hart, and Mikal are just like their own mid three. And like,
high praise.
and then we just kind of have like that interchangeable, like one of those mid three can just like fucking step up into the big three for a game or like make it a big four for a game. Like I fucking love Deuce McBride, bro.
Is the big three in the kids table?
It's
the big three and then the kids table.
Oh yeah, I mean I get Mikal is like fucking
campaigns at the kids table.
Yeah,
Cal's in kindergarten. No, Campaign's playing great though too. I thought he was like really solid again tonight, and he's just like, it's nice to have a guy who for the longest time in my life I'm like, man, he's so fucking annoying to play against. And you're like, man, it's nice having that annoying guy on the roster. He's playing really well. I mean, I like the energy he gives. I think his defense in general, like, he's not the most disciplined guy, but he just gives you good effort. Like he doesn't cheat you on that. I think that counts for a lot. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau, who at one point in the first half was like, fuck this, we're putting Brunson, Payne, and Deuce out together. So shout out to him for just getting real fucking crazy with it. That lineup was actually really pretty fun. I thought they were good, and they did a really good job offensively anyway. So it was just look. And then you look at like the minutes distribution. And I know, look, OG played 38, Brunson played 38. I don't really think that like the second half minutes were too strenuous on these guys. Yes, I would like to see them play less. I feel like you're gonna see more of him being willing to play Payne and Deuce enough to buy those guys a little bit more time on the bench. But yeah, I mean, like I'll sign up for general kind of minutes like this and maybe tweak it down, like OG, maybe get him down to like 34 instead of 38, or and Brunson too, whatever. But it was a weird game too, right? Because Hart had foul trouble the entire time, so he only played 28 minutes tonight. We know he would play like 47 on a normal game. So in general, I thought this was like a good game from all the players, and I thought the coaching staff was really good too. I mean, even in the second half, I think when the Nuggets like cut the lead down a little bit, Tibbs calls a timeout, and the first play of the timeout, he set up a really nice play where Cat was spread out at the top of the key. Brunson drives, forces the low man help, and Deuce got a wide open three from the corner. So, like, it was just a really good game for everybody that's a part of the program here. So, good stuff from Tom Thibodeau, good stuff from all the players.
I also thought the second half minutes, they weren't strenuous. So this isn't a game where like somebody logs 40 minutes, which I haven't even fucking checked the minutes log. It's not like 40 minutes in this game is like 40 minutes in a Pacers round 2 series like last year. This was after, I don't know what you want to call it, the second half of the third quarter. Everything was like pretty laxed. These guys, they turned it up a notch when they had to, whenever the Nuggets brought it to like fucking 17 points, or whenever Russ was thinking that he had a chance in this game. What do you have in the fourth quarter? Like 24
points? He had
24
21.
points.
That was the most bullshit. Like, I was just like, dude, get the fuck out of here with this try hard bullshit. Like, you've padded it, like you've accumulated enough nonsensical stats in your career. Just fucking go sit on the bench, buddy. Like, give me a break. And then you have to hear Breen be like, oh, he's trying to set the example for these young guys. I'm like, what's the example? Fucking play like dog shit for 3 quarters and then get your numbers up. Yeah, like
Fuck
give me a
off.
break with this fucking set example.
And then
By the
he
way,
got an
as far
and
as
one. He got an
Yeah.
and one and then bumped into Cat after it as like a I'm here motherfucker type thing. And like fucking look at the scoreboard.
by the way, Russell Westbrook minus 16 in his 26 minutes tonight. So yeah,
It's not
he
good.
was
It's not
really
good.
setting the example. Fucking absolute loser
Wow.
there. All right, let's get to some comments. Jordan Bub posted this from our good pal Kendrick Perkins when he's not trying to rob young college athletes anyway. Tonight was the most impressive win this season for the Knicks. Once again, Towns outplayed Jokic and big body Brunson, casual double-double. But that damn OG with that motherfucking 40-piece spicy, he's been the Knicks' most consistent player on both ends of the floor this season. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to deny that. I think he's been really good. I mean, he's obviously the best two-way player on the team. And, look, it's him and Cat. And it's like, I think Brunson, he's starting to catch his rhythm too now. So, yeah, man, the offense is so they put up 145 tonight. What did they put up on the Suns? 139. They put up 130.
I think it was 140.
Or what? There's no way they put up 140 on the Suns. Absolutely not.
138.
138. Yeah. 138 on the Suns, and they put up 134 on the Wizards. Obviously, they have that dud in Utah. And as bad as the defense was in that game, and it was really bad, the offense wasn't actually bad. They just missed fucking shots. I don't really know that there's much to do about that other than shoot better, which they did tonight. But the shots they're getting were good. So you're just seeing it now. I mean, that to me, that's like, and then you had the 2 Brooklyn games before that where I thought the offense was really good about those. You're starting to see now, like, this team offensively, it's not just, oh, this quarter was good, this half was good. They're stringing together games of like super, super efficient offense. And obviously the defensive effort we saw tonight through 3 quarters, that's the level you need to be at consistently. Because as talented as they are offensively, obviously you're not going to shoot, whatever it was. They shot 60.9% from the field, 52.8% from 3, and 87.5% from the line. Like, you're just not going to replicate that every night. But you don't need to. Like, they they can put up 125 consistently. So just play defense at an average level, and you're going to start racking up wins. You need to see that consistency on the defensive side of the ball more. And tonight was a good step in the right direction, but we'll see obviously how that progresses as we go along.
Can we? I know it's not Knicks stuff, but can we look at some of these Nuggets quotes right now?
Yeah, go for it.
These are fucking stark. This one, Michael Malone after the Nuggets 145-20 loss to the Knicks. I need Nikola Jokic. I need Jamal Murray. I need guys that have been here in that starting lineup to be vocal. And then Jamal Murray says, guys have lives outside of basketball. We just beat LA in LA. We've got some guys who live in LA, so they stayed in LA. I don't think the focus was there from everybody.
That's a crazy quote.
You are the guys that stay in LA, bro.
Like,
but also, can Jamal Murray also just shut the fuck up? Like,
and be serious?
Yeah, like what was that game he had the other night against Dallas last week? What the fuck was that?
Abysmal.
Like, everybody else in the team is like, even fucking Russ had what, like 25 or something, like an efficient 25 in a game that actually mattered, by the way, not like tonight where he was just like, getting his numbers up in the fourth. He played like shit. I mean, I don't know if I don't whatever. Jokic is allowed to have an off night, man. I'm not worried about Nikola Jokic producing for them, but like, yeah, that's not good. And then, like, dude, some of these rotation guys, Peyton Watson, bro, that guy's just out there getting cardio. And Strawther, like, nice hair, man. That was my takeaway from watching him play tonight. Good hair. Like, maybe get a Head and Shoulders ad. Jesus Christ.
None of those guys are good. They're just like not good at basketball, and I don't understand.
I like Brown. Brown's good.
Okay, well, Brown's fine. Like, whatever. But like, they don't shoot enough threes. They aren't good at shooting threes, and yeah, like, I don't Jokic is legitimately doing like some of the biggest carry jobs like I've ever seen because he's getting that team to be competent.
Have you guys seen the Precious Achua tweet?
Yeah, the OU. The vibes are good. I mean, and that's the other thing that we have something to look forward to. I know that there are a lot of Sixers fans and Nets fans that are, trying to cope with their dog shit teams.
Yep.
Uh,
Who are
but,
watching this recap also, by the way.
Yeah,
Shout out to
probably.
the Nets and Sixers fans.
But they're like, like worried about like, oh, well, Knicks fans are hyping up getting Precious Achua back. It's like, yeah. So the thing that's nice about having Precious Achua back is it's like a functional NBA player as opposed to nothing. So yeah, like so. Yeah,
Whoa.
it matters. Like it's pretty significant and it's nice. So I'm going to be excited about that, and I am excited. He's, Tibbs saying he's pretty much doing everything that the rest of the team is. So it's probably just a matter of time before he plays. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays against Charlotte. I actually think that would be a good game for us to have him in because they're weirdly like their front court is weirdly good. Musa Diabate is doing things. I don't know. It'd be nice to have him in that game, but he'll be back sooner or later, like very soon, I would think. So that's definitely positive news as well. Judah Bencher says this team had 36 points. Well, I think in the first quarter, they did not. They had more. They had 76 in the first half, I believe. With zero.
76.
Yeah, but they had 36 points in the first quarter with 0 free throw attempts. This team is the most ethical hooping team in the league. Again, Sixers fans in shambles about that, I'm sure.
At least our hoopers show up to work.
And
we also don't fight reporters.
Paul George shows up. He gives us a nice good yawn on the bench.
Dude, he actually did a podcast about the fucking.
Dude, that was crazy. Having a him and Reggie Jackson having a podcast about the fucking leak from the locker room. Are you guys like? That's the most unserious organization in the league. That's if Jalen Brunson. Can you imagine if Jalen Brunson and Hart got on their pod and started talking about like, yeah, like what's going on with Mikal Bridges, man? Like, well, that would be fucking bananas.
The best part of the entire saga was they had the odds on who the snitch was, right? And so they had the report of like Joel Embiid is trying to find the snitch in the locker room, and then Joel Embiid was the fucking favorite on the odds to be the snitch. And it reminded me of the Spider-Man like fucking pointing at you, pointing at me, that they're a fucking joke, bro. We're so much fucking better than
them. This is from Chris B. Do you think this is an offensive leap from OG or just a hot stretch? I'll throw this to you, Tyrese.
I would say it's an offensive leap. I mean, I think he's at the point where it's like it's just so easy for him to take advantage of the space because he's already a good cutter. He's already a good ball mover, with and without the ball, balls. But just making sure I'm covering my bases here. But yeah, like I think it's a legitimate offensive leap. Now, do I think he's gonna average like 20 on the season? I'm not sure. I mean, if he averages 20 on the season, then like he's an all-star. Fuck you. Like I don't want to hear shit about fucking Franz Wagner. I don't care.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck Michigan.
Were we talking about Franz Wagner here?
I'm just saying, like, if he's an all-star over like a lot of the dudes in the East that maybe in that conversation. I don't want to hear no fucking Franz Wagner, fuck Michigan, and fuck Wink Martindale. But
no football talk.
Sorry.
Hey, he opened up Pandora's box. We'll get to that later.
Too soon. But yeah, like I think it's a legitimate leap. Like I think the level that he's at now, like maybe he regresses a little bit from 3, but like he's such a good shooter about the breakdown that like I kind of don't see that happening. Like I think he'll shoot around 40%, and I think he'll be really efficient inside the arc. And yeah, like I just 62 true shooting is like the expectation I have for him, and I think that's feasible.
He's also beyond like the leak outs and stuff. He's not only like getting hit on those outlet passes, but he's turning them into mismatches when it bogs down to a half court game. So like if it's not there when like guys are looking up trying to get him the ball on the outlet, they're pulling it back and he's establishing position on whoever was kind of guarding that leak. He did that on Halliburton and just toasted him. He did it on Cam Thomas a ton against Brooklyn. today. I forgot. I think it was Christian Brown who he did it on, maybe. Or Jamal Murray. It was one of those guards.
I mean, he did it multiple times. So
He's like that's a great addition to what they to the offense, and you don't really need him on the boards like that when Cat's pulling down 15 a game, and he's just absolutely not soft at all, like people wanted to say. So this is just fantastic. I love everything I'm watching from OG. I think it's a real leap, but it's also not necessarily a skill leap. It's a usage leap in like how we're deploying him.
Yeah, just like these are the kind of games where like you just gotta watch with like a bottle of cocoa butter on the side, and you just gotta like.
All right. We're gonna move on.
Not co-signing that. Yep.
Yeah. No, we're good. Let's move on. This is
I'm not spitting. I'm not spitting.
I don't know what you're doing, but I'll let you do what you do.
That's why the
there.
camera's off right now.
Got the camera on. This is Jordan Buppos. This is from James Edwards of The Athletic. Tibbs thought OG was unbelievable, and that guys tried to get him going. Brunson had an unbelievable floor game. Praise for everyone. I mean, they definitely tried to get him going, but I'll tell you what they definitely did do. When they came back into the fourth quarter because Tibbs was like freaking out and they cut the lead to 23 or whatever, they were like, yo, we just got to feed OG until he gets his 40th point. That was definitely happening. So that was funny. But yeah, I thought Brunson was fan. I really thought this was like, you talk about like pure point guard shit. Like he was just in control the entire game. He was so smooth with it.
That passing shit.
Yes, it comes real easy to a real hooper like Brunson, who knows who he is at the elbow.
Yep. His face-up game just.
Yeah. Omar Yusuf says, my boy Schwinn told the barber skin with the 4 on top. No shape up like Mikal, please. It was a 6, actually, because my barber's a nice guy. And he was like, I don't know if your hair is thick enough on the top to pull a 4 anymore. So I was like, good call, buddy. Good call. But thank you for giving me praise at Mikal Bridges' expense. Appreciate it.
Can we talk about a non-basketball thing and just acknowledge how great Jamal Crawford is?
Jamal Crawford's good, but he also just says shit where I'm like, bro, you just saying shit to say shit right now? Like they put up all the Jokic numbers, right? Where he's like averaging, whatever he's averaging, 31 points and 11.5 assists and 12 fucking rebounds, whatever. And he just went through all the scoring stuff. He was like, oh man, like Kobe's one of the best scorers, Larry Bird and Shaq, whatever. And he's like, now that he's scoring, he's able to do all these other things. I was like, I'm pretty sure Jokic has been doing all these things forever. But yeah, no, I'll take him over fucking Wally or like Han, man. Like I'm very pleased to have him there instead of either of those guys. And I think Mike Breen is happy about it too. He sounds way more happier with fucking Jamal.
Dude, he loves Jamal. He and Jamal just fucking, they're like best friends.
The funniest thing was when Jamal Crawford was talking about like, you got to like play defense. That's what helps you win games and shit. And Breen was like, you didn't play defense.
Dude, he was talking about how like Josh Hart gives him a spark and shit like that. And then they put up the highlight of him getting the steal and hitting the 3-pointer to almost win the game. And then wait, did they win that game or did
they won that game
for the Nuggets? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't around for that, unfortunately. But then he made like a quip about like how Jamal got that steal. I think if I heard properly, he made like a joke about how like he just wouldn't have cared if it wasn't like the fucking end of the game because he doesn't play defense. And Jamal was just like, yeah, you're fucking right, Mike.
Yeah, he was like, you're right. I didn't play defense. And that's why I never fouled out or got thrown out of games.
I low-key feel like Jamal wants to slap the shit out of Breen. He's like, bro, I'm not as whack as you're saying I am, but like, he's like, you know what? I like this job. I'm going to keep it. Let me not say anything.
Yeah, this job is a hookup for him.
I want to pull this up. This is from HB Greg. He posted this. These are quotes from Mike Malone. I'm assuming that he got these from Twitter. I don't know who posted them. For all the Tom Thibodeau haters out there who say he doesn't coach offense, you just have to really appreciate their team because offensively they are elite. I think in just about every offensive category, they're top 5. Field goal, 3-point, free throw, offensive efficiency. This team has a lot of weapons. They're very efficient in everything they do. I mean, I will just throw this out there for a point of discussion. I don't really understand the narrative that Tibbs is like this elite defensive mastermind and offensively is not that good, because since he's been in New York, it's like the last 3 years, the Knicks' best thing is their offense. They're like consistently an elite offense, and they've now done it in completely different ways, right? Like, prior to getting Cat, there was this idea that, well, Tibbs just wants this rim running five, and he doesn't want to like play five out or whatever. Clearly, that's bullshit. He just wanted a five that he was like, oh, you can actually shoot threes. None of this fucking, Hartenstein wants to expand his range. Like, no, none of that shit. Like real fucking hoopers that can shoot threes. And not just that. I mean, forgetting obviously how efficient the Knicks have been over this time and offensively. Just look at think about the concerns we had when Tom Thibodeau took the job, right? Because a lot of the concerns stem back to when he was in Minnesota. They did not take a lot of threes, took a lot of mid-range, blah, 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 blah. And you look at his time in New York, the Knicks have consistently been like, we take shots at the rim, we take a lot of threes, and we try to get to the free throw line. And like everything they do is rooted in some type of like nerd fucking like stamp of approval kind of metric. And the fact that that's the case is wild, thinking about what the concerns were of Tom Thibodeau when he took the job. He deserves a ton of credit for it. And honestly, like I completely agree with Mike Malone's comments. I think he is probably one of the best offensive coaches in the league, to be honest.
A lot of it has to do also with like both of these teams have Brunson and fucking Nikola Jokic, right? So like that kind of is always going to play into it. Like you have the personnel to be elite. Tibbs has, I mean, we just raved about OG for like how long, right? And you pair him with Cat and Brunson. It's not like this team has to be a top 5 offense to have been like worth it or whatever you want to say, but it's definitely not like Tibbs has them as a top 5 offense with Joe Schmo and like me and Schwinn out there. Like it's a team with like bucket getters, guys who fit well together, guys who can shoot from anywhere in the court, guys who can get to the mid-range, guys who can all knock down free throws. There's not a single player on this team right now besides Jericho Sims who gets minutes and can't hit free throws. Like that's such a far cry from what we've had.
It's so nice to have that, by the way.
Yeah, which
but like even to that
23
point,
Savage comes back.
Yeah, well, yeah, he'll be back just in time for the trade deadline. But just like, I mean, but even saying that, like, yeah, no, now obviously, this year's team, you see the like kind of like, okay, wow, they have a lot of different weapons, a lot of guys that can score in different ways. But you think about, I mean, go back and look at the 2022-23 team, right? That team, the starting lineup that you settled on was Jalen Brunson, Quentin, the ball feels like 100 pounds, Grimes, RJ, never met a shot he didn't like, Barrett, Julius Randle, shout out to him, spin moves forever, and Mitchell Robinson, right? That's the starting lineup. And then your bench is quickly, it's Deuce for a little bit, it's Josh Hart, it's Hartenstein, and it's Obi Toppin. Like, that's not like this juggernaut offensive team. They were third in offensive rating that year. Like last year, you played with a skeleton squad for half the fucking year, and you're 7th in offensive rating, and they were 2nd in offensive rating in the fucking playoffs. Like, this is a guy who, I have had a lot of concerns about Tom Thibodeau's ability to translate his regular season offensive performance of his teams into the playoffs. Obviously, it's just one playoffs that we saw last year, but that was not the issue with their team last year, right? The offense translated into the playoffs, and that's with, one guy who could fucking create an advantage at the time, and, no 5-out option. So it's, I mean, the way he's evolved and the way this team has evolved now, I mean, to the point where, you look at their numbers here and, you look at the per 100 possession stuff for them. Per 100 possessions, they're now number 1 in the league after tonight in assists. 26 assists per 100 possessions per NBA.com stats. That's fucking crazy.
I think that's more of a Tibbs stat than the actual offensive production numbers, because you're getting buy-in from everybody to move the ball, right? And I think that's just as, if not more valuable than the offensive adjustments. Or I talked about OG and how they're deploying him. I think kind of similar to, I hate to relate it back to football, but kind of similar to getting buy-in from guys in football to not be getting every tackle and be taking on blocks that other guys can make plays. Like we are seeing people pass up on open shots, right? Like Brunson is turning down a lot of shots where he would have definitely taken them last year out of necessity, but he also would have taken a bunch of shots earlier in this season that he's now like getting further into the paint, dumping it off to OG for a dunk, like when he got the 40th point. So Tibbs, he needs credit for just like always having his guys just willing to sacrifice. And it goes back to his first season here, where how many like Quick should have been playing, but he had to sacrifice. He was a rookie, he hadn't earned his stripes. There's so many guys like when RJ was complaining about his role, I think, around right before the OG trade last season, and he was talking about how guys need to sacrifice then as well. God, it's true. Everybody needs to sacrifice, and everybody here knows that. Tibbs has drilled it, and it shows up when you have a night like this where you break the assist record for the franchise. It's just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, he never would lose the locker room. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, fire Brian Dable. Yep.
No, Brian Dable's doing a fantastic job. I think you guys should keep him for a while.
Please go to hell.
Him, maybe bring back Daniel Jones. He's a free agent now.
I think you're a horrible person.
Yep. I'm gonna log off of this. Yeah.
Bring him home. Josh Hart's rating that JD had 17 assists, which you'll probably never see again.
I love how Josh Hart keeps it real.
Josh
Hart
Hart
keeps it real.
all the time.
Did you see him in fucking campaign hula hooping?
Yes.
Yes.
Campaign, great vibes guy. Great elite vibes guy.
Dude, he's also like, we could talk about him like whenever we want, but I kind of really fucking just like enjoy watching him play for basketball right now.
Yeah, he's been really good.
EPM Demon, by the way.
Is he?
Yes.
He's absolutely launching the three balls too.
I just, I think I've definitely said this when we signed him, but like, he just to me is, he just strikes me like you watch the way he plays. He's exactly the type of point guard Tibbs will like, and two will always get the most out of, like, because he has that ability to get into the paint. And that's obviously Tibbs' number one thing. And the other thing about him is like 18 minutes, 20 minutes, that's like the perfect range for him because he's got a real irrational confidence to how he plays. But like that's what you need to play for Tibbs. Like that's why Quentin Grimes did not survive here. Because Quentin Grimes, I mean, I'm not even trying to I'm not even making a joke about it, but it's real. Like he lost confidence in his shot, and Tibbs was like, dude, if you're not going to shoot it, like, then you're fucking go to the bench. Like, I don't have time for this shit. Like the most important thing to him is, do guys know what they're doing? And do they play with like confidence? Do they consistently play with confidence? Does he trust? Like, that's how he puts his trust in you. And that's why Quickly drove him nuts, right? Because Quickly would take these like logo threes or something. But he didn't hate that because he's like, all right, well, at least I know this fucking guy. I'm going to put him out there. He's going to shoot the fucking ball. Like, if you're willing to shoot the ball, you don't hesitate. You take the shots he wants you to take, the shots that he trusts you to take, you will play for him. And Campaign is like, he's going to be fine for us. I don't know if you go to the playoffs and Campaign needs to be a fucking 15-minute a night player, but in the regular season, having a guy like that on your bench is super valuable. I mean, that's great. He's like an innings eater right now for us, and he's doing it at a really, really solid level on a fucking veteran minimum. If you want to see how you can fuck up veterans minimums, go check out the Philadelphia 76ers bench. Go check out their bench. That's a fun time.
Or the Suns bench last year.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously the Suns, they've had injuries this year, but like you can see the difference when they're healthy, what signing actual players at the minimum can do for you. And obviously, like with the way the new CBA is, this is something that like is going to be more increasingly available to teams, like quality players being available on the minimum. So it's important to be able to land those guys. And, Campaign, obviously he's not like some stud player, but at a minimum, like, yeah, that's absolutely a plus value. Shout out to Daryl Morey, who was clearly too good for
Great
Campaign. This is from HB Greg posted this. This is another fantastic Jamal Murray quote. Got punched in the face. Take some pride being down 30 and the other teams chanting Knicks in your building whooped our ass and we deserved it. Like, I'm fine with, like, I get this quote, but almost like, why don't you do something? about it then? Like, why are you acting like you couldn't have done something? They came out there in the third quarter, and what the fuck was Jamal Murray doing? Nothing.
And it wasn't just like a third quarter thing. We were up damn near 30, like middle of the second quarter, right? So it's not like this was 10 minutes left in the fourth and we blew this shit open. You had time to go back into the locker room and marinate on the ass whooping we were putting on you. And you came out, you let us whoop that ass again. And then fourth quarter came.
I thought you were gonna come out with the John Morant.
No. No. And then the fourth quarter came, and we whooped that ass again. So you had two instances to think on this ass whooping. And then you ran to the media to talk about it instead of stepping up and owning it yourself. Like, I don't give a shit what he's like. It sounds in this quote like he's taking accountability. Like, maybe if I saw it and I saw how he delivered it, it would be like he took accountability. But this, to me, this quote reads like, I'm saying this because we got punched in the face. And it's kind of like I have to say this, not because I want to say this. That's how it feels to me. And I think it kind of like everybody besides Malone and Jokic complacent after that first title. I don't know if these guys like really want it bad right now. And I guess part of that has to do with like them letting two of their best plug and play, like two of their best role players go, right? Which doesn't show the players that you care very much, when you're talking about the front office. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're just like, Jamal Murray's like, yeah, fuck it. I got my max. I got my ring. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to show up and I'm going to get my ass whooped and I'm going to collect my check.
Dude, I cannot believe they paid him.
We talked about, didn't we talk about this before the season? And me and you were like, why are you paying him?
This guy makes more money than OG Anunoby.
He makes more money than Jalen Brunson.
Do you know that
yeah, but OG's Knicks, better than Jalen.
You know the Knicks paid OG Anunoby $212 million
to be a fourth
or fifth option? What a crime. What a crime.
Yeah, thank you to I will not say his name, but Sixers fan. Yep.
This is from Baby Yoda Waffles. Great username, by the way. From dissecting Frank to complaining about Bridges. Yeah, I mean, look, and I'll bring this comment up. This is from Poxter. Mikal's defense was better today, but does Tom consider this as just a bad shooting stretch or permanent offensive regression for Mikal? Look, I think you can. Thibodeau already answered this question at the start of the season, where he was like, look, the guy shot 37% for his career. That's his track record. Like, I will bet on that. And I think for him, the main thing is I'm imagining in Tom Thibodeau's head that he was like watching Mikal Bridges today. He was probably like, oh, well, he's taking the shots I want him to take. So that's fine. I'm fine with him taking these shots. And I eventually think he will hit them. And look, it's important that at the end, like, we can be realistic about this. Whatever, everybody can complain about him, and he's not getting benched. Okay, that's never going to happen. You traded 5 first-round picks for the guy. He's not going to get benched, and you're not going to trade him. So not right now, anyway. So it is incumbent upon the Knicks as an organization and Tom Thibodeau as the coach, and obviously the players and the team. And I think it was obvious today that Brunson was making it a point to feed Bridges as much as he could. But like, it's on all of them to get him going and get him comfortable and whatever. And they need him to be, because they need him to be the version of him that they traded for, that they thought they were trading for, what they envision. They need him to become that to be a contending team. There's no other path. There's no path to contention that involves Bridges like moving to the bench. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. Like the way that happens is if Deuce McBride becomes a superstar, which is like, I mean, that'd be awesome. That'd be a cool problem to have, but I don't see that being the development as much as I love Deuce. But yeah, there's nothing to be done other than keep putting him out there and bet on his career averages, like, which is not really an insane bet. It's more like, I mean, it's pretty reasonable to me. But yeah, I do think the defense was better tonight. And also, like, I noticed this early in the game. We had people, there were a couple of pick and rolls where like Murray just blew by him or whatever, and people were immediately like critical of him. But if you go and watch those back, one was with Cat, one was with Sims. Those are miscommunications on the Bigs part because they were trying to, like, when they were setting the screen with Jokic, he was popping for the most part, but they were trying to basically double Murray and force the ball back out to Jokic at the top of the key and daring him to shoot threes. And they were okay living with that. And it's on the big at that point to cut off the drive and force that pass back out. Cat didn't do it at one point, and then Sims also did it. Cat didn't do it right after the previous possession. I think Jokic hit a three. So I think that was like him being like, I don't want to get burned for a three again. And it's like, I don't know, man. If Jokic is out there bombing threes, I think you take that and you run with it. But look, I thought in general his defense was a lot more active tonight. He had a multiple good contests at the rim.
Yeah.
Did a much better job on shooters. He had a really good contest on Murray at on their last possession of their last two possessions actually, but the one right underneath the basket at the end of the first half, that was a really, really good contest. And Murray missed it. Knicks were able to go down and get a shot. But yeah, obviously you need more from him offensively. There's no question about that. Adebombo Adejobi asks, where can we see Knicks post-game media availability after games? Usually they post it on their YouTube channel, or you can usually find it on various, or you can find it on various reporters like Twitter. They usually post clips at least.
There's that, and then there's also didn't they used to like live stream it somewhere?
I think they did, yeah.
And sometimes they do.
Platform, but I know for sure like Tibbs always has his availability on their YouTube channel, and then like they'll post the Brunson clips and stuff like that, just because it's Brunson, right? So they just post like the main guys.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to see.
I'm gonna look through some stuff here as well. Do we want to do a? Okay.
HB Greg says Mikal complaining is warranted for now. I mean, yeah, it's warranted. I agree. I don't think any Knicks fan is wrong to complain about him right now. But like I said, he's not going anywhere. So,
what do we think the record for the rest of the week is right here from Jordan Bub? Wednesday at Dallas, so we are going to see the aforementioned Quentin Grimes on ESPN.
How we beat his fucking head in.
Yeah, well, Mikal Bridges just better have something for me that day.
Is Grimes going to play? He sat out tonight, so I don't know what was going on there. I think they have some kind of illness running through their team.
I am checking his
bubble guts or not. We're popping every single fucking pimple on his head. We beat his fucking head in.
Well, so he is out. He was out today, like you said. He was doubtful before with an illness, so if he doesn't play on Wednesday night, he's just ducking, right? So don't be fucking soft, Quentin. Then Friday at Charlotte, Cup game. Like
that's a weird game, actually. Yeah. That's a weird game because that's at noon.
Oh,
it's a very weird game. It's like I'm like low key a little bit worried about that because you've been on this West Coast trip, and you're gonna come back to Charlotte, so it's a noon game, but your body clock is at 9 a.m. So I don't know. Hopefully,
that being the Cup game is fucking bullshit.
I haven't looked at the NBA schedule. Are they just running games all day that day? Is that what's going on there?
I think so.
What's the football games on Thursday?
Bears, Lions, Cowboys, Giants. Just an absolute fucking
a barn burner. Fucking barn burner.
Shit fest.
Spend time with the family.
And then I forgot what the other game is because I'm going to be fucking sleeping by then. But I will find that out as well right now.
I will be sleepy during the Cowboys and Giants game. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's the good time to take a nap, and then you get your second wind.
Exactly.
That's when you go take a walk with your cousins.
Yeah. Nice walk around the block.
Yep.
Times.
Nothing else going on.
Just breathe into the nice fresh air.
Then it is Dolphins Packers in Green Bay, which I'm pretty interested in that game because Tua's playing really fucking well.
Yeah. He won me a fantasy matchup this week. I picked him up on waivers. Let's go Tua. Always been a fan. Always been a believer in you, buddy.
Yep. Especially been a believer in what he can do when the play breaks down, right?
Yeah. Hey, he's actually been balling this year out of the pocket a little bit.
Yeah, no, he has.
I'm still
I'm happy
fucking mad
for
about
him.
losing to you in fantasy. I'm still mad about that shit.
I won all 3 of my fantasy matches this week. I have beat Con in another league. How special is that?
Dude,
Uh,
Con beat me by 0.2 points. I'm still fucking mad about it.
That's just a skill issue for you, honestly.
God.
This is from Yajvin Dabiru. Tibbs 3-guard lineup was crazy for a second. I thought it was fun. I mean, it was a good matchup for it because he basically did not. That was Tibbs saying like, I don't respect your wings. Like I don't respect any of them. I don't think any of them can take advantage of this, so we're rolling with that. Michael Porter Jr., by the way, he was like hot in the first half, and they just didn't find him at all in the second half. That was weird to me. Thought that was strange. They have a weird team, man. Their vibes are just bad.
Yeah, and he doesn't make it easy on himself to get the ball either.
I mean, like, you have a Serbian, you have a fucking degenerate, an anti-vaxxer, and then like
And then you have
MPJ, yeah.
Like Aaron Gordon's hurt. Like the entire team just looks like they're cooked.
Dude, that guy they brought in, fucking Hunter Tyson. I was like, there's no way this guy's a real person.
Dude, I thought it was Tyler Cohen's big brother. I was so confused.
That was crazy. Yo, dude, the craziest thing tonight, is DeAndre Jordan like actually in their rotation?
Yes, because Sarge is that bad.
Dude, that's watching him out there. I was just like, the reason that Russ going off annoyed me so much in the fourth quarter is because Jordan was out there and he was just like, I was like, dude, this guy is just trying to like,
he's playing football.
Yeah, he's just trying to like hurt people. That fucking block he had on campaign where he just fucking like hip checked him in midair. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And,
dude,
and a rare,
he almost fucking steps on his fucking face after.
Rare non-Cobb moment from Breen there, questioning the officials on that one.
Oh yeah, he was like, they don't call that, when it's in the paint, but they call it when it's at the 3-point line. And he's like, I don't know, Jamal. It's like, you could just say it's fucking bullshit, Mike. It's okay. You could just say it.
Again, Brooklyn about to have a nice win over the Warriors here on the road. Pretty interesting.
Shout out to Brooklyn ruining their own fucking.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, what are they doing, man?
Brooklyn just has their franchise player in
Cam Thomas.
Yeah,
Cam Johnson. I think he might have left this game injured, man, because I'm looking at his line right now. He only played 14 minutes tonight. He had 0 fouls, so it's not like he's in foul trouble.
Also,
did
the
we
Warriors
trade for the wrong wing.
Yes, we did. But Dennis Schroeder having the fucking game, like, dude, Dennis Schroeder and Cam Thomas somehow being like a decent backcourt in the fucking East is so funny to me.
Cam Thomas, I don't. Yeah, honestly, this Nets thing is just so funny because I'm like, do you know that you have your pick again? Like, you're aware of this and you're fine with like trying to just fuck this up? This box score is really funny, dude. They got Jalen Wilson, who actually has been pretty nice for them. He's got 18 points. Zaire Williams pulled 19 points out of his fucking asshole. Shake Milton,
Shake Milton is hooping, dude.
13 points on 10 shots tonight. Shout out to him. Derek Whitehead doesn't even get minutes for them. That dude is cooked. It's pretty sad, his career, man.
Sad? What the fuck do I care about him?
Also, it turns out a fucking 12-man rotation isn't good.
Yeah, this thing needs to end. It's good that they held on to Pajemski, though. He's been fucking awesome, man. It's so good.
Dude, if they had Larry Markkinen, bro, oh my god. Thank God that their front office is fucking scared.
The other thing is, like, it especially doesn't make sense they didn't do the Lowry trade when, like, the justification was like, well, we like we don't, Kuminga, and it's like, all right, Kuminga doesn't even fucking start for you now, and he's in his 4th year. Like, what are we doing here? It's just like, if you didn't like him, if you don't like him enough to just auto start him, why not do the Lowry trade? Honestly, like, why not do the Lowry trade? I have no idea what that was.
They've screwed the pooch on everything from the time that they got the 2nd pick. Just horrible.
Yeah. HB Greg says Curry needs to man trade. Yes, bring him home. Bring him home to New York. Him and Brunson backcourt.
Yep.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll trade them. Yeah, we'll trade them Bridges and Precious's salary and Mitchell Robinson's salary.
We'll make it work.
We made Dante and Brunson work. It's not much different
Exactly.
on defense.
I know Steph Curry can play off ball.
Brunson can play off the ball too. They'd be awesome. Yeah, that's actually this is the second game Crawford's been on the broadcast, right? Or no, he was
Yeah.
on
Third.
Yeah, third because he's on the Utah game too, right?
Oh yeah.
But he like every time Campaign comes in and plays with Brunson, he's always like, I love doing this because now Brunson can get off the ball and he can get behind the defense. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. You said that like 2 games ago. I get it. We get it. You like Brunson off the ball. I totally understand. I agree with you. But yeah, like I just want to finish up because I feel like we didn't even really talk about him today. But dude, Cat was awesome. Cat outplayed Jokic tonight. Like I don't know what else to say other than that. Like
He's so good.
Regular occurrence.
He's so good.
That pass he had to Deuce on the cut in the fourth quarter. I thought that was so fucking nice.
The one where
he drove and then Deuce cut like right behind him.
He had the layup with no backboard, right? I think that was the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He just, man, I thought for a long time that the Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, Mitch lineup would be our best 5. It's just not. It's not, man. Like Cat at the 5 is. I don't know what it is. It's like having Lamar at quarterback, and like just beating the shit out of everybody in the run game. Like,
so he's gonna be ass in the playoffs.
Please don't. but it's like it's one of the like it's a rare advantage, man. Like it's just it makes me smile when I fucking watch this team because it's like this guy is on the Knicks. It doesn't happen much that we have a player like this, and then we have like 4 of them now. Shit, bro.
I mean, look, this is why we just need Bridges to get going because if you look at all of their main, like their big acquisitions, right? OG Anunoby, they're clearly like getting the max out of him.
Oh yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns, they're getting the fucking max out of him. I mean, and I admit to this too. I mean, most people should really just be honest about this. We're like, because he played at the 4 of the last couple of years, I think we almost all forgot like this guy is actually fucking amazing when he's at the 5 offensively. Like they're getting the absolute max out of him. Brunson, we already know I mean, God knows he's exceeded anybody's expectations when he signed at the Knicks.
Yeah.
And then Josh Hart, who like, I think everybody for the most part was like pretty happy with that acquisition, other than weirdos that love Cam Reddish. But like, even he's playing at a level you're like, wait, what? Like you're like the best finisher inside the arc now.
Dude, his little like fast break running back tuck into the right hand. It's just like it's like the LeBron.
It's like it reminds me of
the
Saquon.
fuck you 3. Okay, yep. I don't know why you do this to me, bro.
Tyrese started this. Tyrese started this for no reason with his slander.
It was like 1 a.m. yesterday.
Did you wake up in like a cold sweat?
Dude, it was like 1 a.m. and I was just scrolling on the godforsaken For You timeline. Oh my god, man, the frustration, like I couldn't get away from this shit, man. I couldn't. I would scroll and it's like Giants paid Daniel Jones $40 million to then cut him. Okay. Next tweet. Next tweet. Saquon goes for a 255. Okay. Next tweet. Eagles are like the best running offense in the NFL right now. Okay, next tweet.
Xavier McKinney pick.
Xavier McKinney pick. Next tweet. Fucking the Giants. The Giants let the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year go in one offseason. Next tweet. Tommy DeVito costed the Giants Drake May and Jaden Daniels last year. Next tweet. Fucking
Baker Mayfield trolls Tommy DeVito.
Fuck, bro. Next tweet. Tyrone Tracy fumble. Got like, fuck, man. Fuck. Next tweet. Brian Dable feels his job is gone. Next tweet. Joe Shane is on the hot seat. Fuck, dude.
Next tweet. Brian Dable has gained 45 pounds again.
Fuck. If that happened, it probably increases his chance of staying. So, maybe.
Yeah.
Next tweet, just a picture of John Mara's face, realizing that I can't get out of this hell.
Dude, oh my, no.
The funniest thing, it's actually
like gonna be the fucking picture of Joe Shane, like this in Hard Knocks. Like the fucking stress.
No, the funniest thing I saw yesterday, everything Giants related, was like they asked John Mara as he was leaving the stadium. They asked him for a comment, and he was just like Happy Thanksgiving.
Dude. Oh.
I was like, that's kind of awesome, actually. Not gonna lie.
He's gonna fire Shane and run the team himself. He's gonna Jerry Jones it, and I'm actually gonna fucking turn the Joker.
Dude, this thing is actually like this is really fucked because like what did he do when he fired Jerry Reese? He went to the comfortable Giants culture hire and he picked up Dave Gettleman.
He's gonna Giants culture this shit again.
This is a very, very obvious, Bill Belichick hiring and then give him franchise control thing. Like this is really bad. This is really
Josh McDaniels OC.
Yeah. He's bad, man.
Bring back Romeo Crennel and Charlie Weiss.
Oh my god.
Jordan, just for the record, Jordan Bub said if they paid X and Barkley, they would have they'd be in the same position as they are now, but with more expensive players. I mean, look, I agree for the most part, bro, but I just want to pull a bullet in my fucking skull regardless. So
yeah, like
it's like there's no like
and it like we could have franchise tag Jones, and it's like, dude, they were never gonna fucking do that shit. Like
it didn't make any sense. I just want people to understand that it didn't make any sense.
This is why we have strictly NFL.
Sorry.
No, I'm saying subs to the Patreon for strictly NFL.
Yes, yeah.
It was certainly a day for the Giants. At least the Commanders lost.
I won in fantasy, and Tyrone Tracy understands the assignment. That's all I care about.
Tyrone Tracy was like, it's still it could be a competitive game if we punch it in here.
Tyrone Tracy has legitimately been trying so hard to get Shedeur Sanders on this team. He's been trying harder than anybody, and I appreciate it.
I mean, the fucking London game is just like, if only we had this guy last year, man. My life would be so much better.
All right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to touch on before we get out of here?
Josh Hart has a true shooting of 71%.
That is good. I think that's pretty good, right?
And he's also shooting 37% from 3.
What's he shooting from 2?
I think it might be around 70.
Now it has to be like 75 minum.
Wait, I'll check it. He went 4-4 today. I'll do the math in my head really quickly.
He just like went into this offseason is like, yeah, I'm not gonna miss a shot anymore.
Okay, so he's 60. He's 70 for 93 from 2. So that's
70 of what?
Like 76.
That's 75% from 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think you'll take that. I think I'd take that.
He's going to finish the highest percentage on 2-point shots ever, breaking Mitchell Robinson's record, and then Mitchell Robinson's going to get traded. What a great time!
Yeah, right now from 3.
Please do not.
The Knicks have. I'm not going to count Kolek, although he is shooting 50% from 3, which is funny. Towns is shooting 40. Yeah, Towns is shooting 47.1. Payne at 43.9. OG 42.2. Pacome on 12 attempts 41.7. Brunson 40.7. Deuce 39.1, which is all these are before tonight. I'm pretty sure. And actually no, they're not. These are updated for tonight. And then Josh Hart at 37.3. Mikal Bridges anchoring us at a cool 30%. Get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, buddy. But yeah, look, this is it's arguably the best shooting team in the league in a lot of ways. Maybe you don't have the type of tight contested 3-point shooters that maybe like the Celtics have, but it's up there with anybody in the league.
My last point before we get out of here is the Nets are just gonna draft Ace Bailey. It's gonna be so funny.
God, I need it to happen so badly. Just draft Ace Bailey.
Bring him home.
The team with Cam Thomas is gonna draft Ace Bailey, and I'm gonna fucking relish it so much. I'm gonna revel in that.
Then they're gonna sign Cam Thomas to an extension.
Yep. They actually will though, because they're trying to trade him, and I'm sure nobody's gonna give him a package that they want. So they will sign him. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah. All right.
That's
Good
it.
place to end it.
Yep.
Tyrese, anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
No. Just thanks for all the support, and Go Mets. Go Mets, and the
Yep.
Mets are getting Juan Soto.
The Mets have submitted an offer for Juan Soto, according to John Morosi, just like the Yankees have. So
Awesome. Good to hear. Khan, do you want to talk about football or are you good right now?
no, I'm just gonna say strictly NFL, probably out Wednesday night. I want to get it out before Thanksgiving, so be on the lookout for that if you are subscribed to the Patreon. If you are not, then you're not getting spread and picks, which went, I believe, 2-0 this week from me. So you should. And yeah, I said last week before this week that we should fire Joe Shane and Brian Dable. Looks pretty good.
Pretty good take before this week.
Yep.
I have nothing to plug. Personally, I will shout out to Michigan. We did get a QB. Shout out to NIL money. Let's go, baby.
Yep. Did you donate some of that NIL money?
I have donated like $100 in my entire life to the University of Michigan, outside of my generous tuition.
And it was campus fucking tickets and shit. That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah. My tuition is enough of a donation for them. All right. I have nothing else to plug. So me and Stacey are recording the pod tomorrow morning, so that should be out some point tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. All right. That is our show for today. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsor, Bet Online. Let's go Knicks. They play again on Wednesday. We'll be back then. And I'll see everybody then. So peace.